comes to Asian beauty, I think a lot of people have this impression that it's just super sheer and there's no color, no coverage. It's only for people who likes natural makeup, and today I'm here to prove you wrong. Okay, of course I feel like in the majority, like in the most part for Asian beauty, it is pretty sheer because that's just the aesthetic here. That doesn't mean that there is no full coverage, super pigmented stuff here. There are. So today, here are some options for you if you want some more pigmented, full coverage products from Asian beauty specifically. This video is not trying to sell you product. I don't even have an affiliate code, and all of the stuff, majority of the stuff shown to you is I bought them with my own money, and this is only for your information. It's only for fun. Okay, don't feel like you need to purchase product, because even though I love to share, sometimes I feel bad that people spend money just because I did some recommendations. So please don't impulse buy. And let's get into the video. I have extreme low energy today because it's the second day on my period, so excuse me for that, right? But let's get started with foundation. It's the tirtir cushion, but it's the AI filter one, whatever it is, like everything is including AI. To be honest, I'm not a fan for it. But the formulation is truly full coverage, like it's almost scary. Don't think they extend the shade range for this one, so if you cannot find your shade match, you could just buy the red one, which is the most well known and has the widest shade range, and that one is only like a hair less coverage than this one. So that one is actually, if there's no this one, that one is probably gonna be in this video. It's like a small amount I have on this little mini puff, and I think you can already tell how much coverage it has for how small the amount that was on the puff. But the thing I have to say is the shade I'm using is 23, and this shade is pretty orange. I think you can tell the peachy tone, but it wasn't a bad shade because it's not pink, it's a golden orange, so it kind of works, right? Without, my skin is doing alright, so there's not that much to cover, but you can still see the discoloration, the like veins and stuff. And on this side, I think it's all blanked out. So if you do want a full coverage foundation, I think this is a great one. Again, if you can find the shade match. The red one is just full coverage enough as well. See how flawless is this concealer. This is actually like not a very well-known brand, C-beauty brand to the global market, but it is pretty popular in the local, in China. It's the Red Earth Nude Wear Full Coverage Concealer, and I have the shade 02. Such a full coverage concealer. Even though it's hard to show you with such a full coverage foundation on, but I'm just gonna apply like one dot and blend it out. It goes super far, and it's like a creamy matte finish, and it just keeps going, that one little dot. Can you tell that it is super full coverage? That one little dot just brightened this whole big area, and there's no definition on my eyelid anymore. I don't have like a full coverage powder. because if it's full coverage, wouldn't that just be powder foundation? And I don't really have a full coverage powder foundation on hand, so we're just gonna skip this step. Oh, actually before that, totally forgot, we have cream blush. One is from K-Beauty and one is from C-Beauty. I think the K-Beauty one is probably a little bit easier to get, but I think you can get this one on YesStyle as well. This is the Lily by Red Love Beam Cheek Balm in the shade 04. I'm not sure about other shades, but this shade, the reddish shade, is for sure pretty pigmented, or you might say full coverage. Just a little bit. Let me do a swatch. I mean, I wouldn't say like full coverage, but that is pretty pigmented, right? And I'm applying like a small amount of it. But a good thing is because it has some translucency to it, you can still apply it pretty sheerly, like what I am doing here. Sophia. This is a C-Beauty brand, and I have the shade 01. Like you can see, it's pretty pigmented, but because it's so pigmented, it's easy to be a little bit patchy sometimes if you don't pay attention, and immediately I think you can tell how pigmented it is. It is very, very pigmented. Like, I'm a little bit scared of this side. Let's talk about the liquid option. This is from House of Her. It's their Moist Ample Blusher. Not all shades in this range is very pigmented. It's only these 3 new shades, I believe. The shade 07, 8, and 09. Would this one be better? Let's do this one. This is what we are working with. See? Pretty pigmented, right? Even it out nicely on the back of my hand. Hope this will not be too much. You see, still pretty pigmented, right? So if you are looking for a pigmented liquid blush from Asian beauty brands, look no further. And I think this is actually pretty affordable as well. This is the little one. They have the bigger one that is probably $20 something, but I have the one that's like 10 mil, which I think is around $10 if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember because they sent this to me. I didn't buy it. Can you see that just one little bit I even evened out on the back of my hand, just covered this whole area. Cream highlight, you know, brightener. I think the brand Girl Code always has one of the most pigmented formulation. This is from their face palette. This is the shade 02, and I'm using this shade. It's pretty pigmented, and I only need like just that, not even wiping my fingers, just tapping in the pan, and I'm dotting with that little bit on my fingertip, and it goes on so many places. You definitely don't want to apply too much. Pretty brightening, right? Like for that little bit amount of brightener. Everything that is like an under eye brightening thing from this brand is very, very pigmented. We're gonna talk about their powder ones once we set our face. Okay, now we get to set this cake face. It's not cakey, but it does feel like there's a lot on my face. If you have ever used full coverage makeup, you know the feel, like the good quality ones. Not that your skin cannot breathe, it definitely can. It just feel like there's something. For the brightening powder we were talking about, this is one from Girl Code. This is a single, but I also have like a palette. This is the same series as the other cream one I just showed you. This is just a powder one in the shade 03. It is pretty pigmented. Actually, I don't think I really love this palette because it's too pigmented. Let's demonstrate with this one. Don't think my under eye could be even brighter, but wait, can you tell? It's actually even a little bit ridiculous looking in real life. And normally I don't apply this much, okay? I take a very, very loose brush and I apply it very, very sparingly. But just for the demonstration purposes, we are applying a lot today. And it's not even a lot, it's just more than you need for this product, but it's like not even that ridiculous of an amount. See how ridiculous it is. Highlight the nose bridge as well, and a little bit on the chin. Like it really is kind of ridiculous. Need to blend this all. Okay, let's just go with this contouring, right? Because I feel like our face is a little bit flat, even though we have blush. Kaleidos, like a trail thing. Actually, I don't think it's the most full coverage one you can find, like period. But I think it's pretty pigmented. It's pigmented enough. Like you see that is on the face is actually pretty intense. Especially this part is like a little bit too intense even. And what's good about this one is it has more shades, and the deepest one goes pretty dark. So even if you have like a tan to deep skin, maybe you can still find the shade. I cannot say for sure, you know, because I don't have like a very dark skin tone. But for sure they have like a way wider of a shade range. Under my lips, eyeshadow. I recently tried a lot of new eyeshadow from C Beauty. You can refer to this video. I think if you want pigmented eyeshadows from Asian Beauty, C Beauty is the way to go. Like Kaleidos, Choice Beauty, and the one we are talking about today, and the brand Cheer Yep. These four brands I all tried in this video. They are all very, very pigmented, and there's a lot of fun colors, but I can't like show them all to you, right? So today I'm showing this brand, which is Nars. It is one of the most pigmented one. This is more of like a basic palette. This is like their 10 color palette, and they also have this 8 color palette, which is more colorful. Let's use like a base color from this 10 color palette. Mix these two. I think it's hard to tell on camera because I'm mixing like a lighter shade, but it's almost like a full coverage powder foundation type of thing. And another thing is you have to have like a pretty good eyeshadow skill to use this product because they are so pigmented. It's again the pressed pigment type of formulation, and because I don't really have very great eyeshadow skills, I struggle a little bit. So here goes a little bit of a warmer shade, and I'm only applying very little amount because I'm just gonna show you how pigmented it is. Only a light price. And well, that doesn't seem too pigmented, but believe me, it is very, very pigmented because it's like a softer shade, so you cannot see, and I don't want to go too hard on the pen. It's very fragile. This one, because it's a neutral palette, I think they went a little bit more gentle with the pigmentation. I'm gonna show you the colorful one. It's like crazy. Now this one. Today I'm thinking to use this shade, the shade Jade. Swatch to you, like already for that light of a tap. See how pigmented it is. There isn't much powder at all here. Need to be very gentle, like need to do this. And it's still pretty pigmented on the eyes. You really need to build very, very slowly for this one. And because I don't really have great eyeshadow skill, I sometimes can find this a little bit patchy because I'm not used to work with products that's this colorful and this pigmented. Similar to any other pressed pigment formulation, you need to do the whole process, like a proper eye primer, and set it super well, and then like layer the blending shade. You know the 2016 makeup process? We need to do that because this is that type of formulation. But I'm just too lazy today, you know. Again, second day period, don't have that energy. So this is gonna do, but you know, for how I didn't use eyeshadow primer and I didn't set my eyelid that well, like on the good side, but like not like 100% slippery type of like, well, this is working pretty nice. Again, this is not for the weak. This is not for someone like me that only have like a at the best intermediate level of eyeshadow skill. Light price, yeah. See that? It's like foil, right? But we also have a single one. Talked about this in previous videos, but this is from the brand Joocyee. The particular one I am showing you is the shade D127. This formulation, the line already is pretty pigmented, but this shade in particular is like a little insane. See that? That's like a little bit. Every time I use this shade, I'm a little bit scared. You can see the difference, right? Like it's scary. I'm thinking to only apply a little bit because I'm terrified of this formulation, and you can see how sparingly I am trying to go with this formulation, and just see it's still like more sparkle than majority of the glitter you have ever used, even with that little of an amount. Am I going to a New Year's Eve party with this makeup? Okay. But I guess this makeup look is not bad. Mascara and eyeliner. For these, I don't really have one because I feel like a lot of mascara is pretty pigmented and a lot of eyeliner is pretty pigmented as well. From Asian Beauty, you probably don't need that much of a recommendation. So for powder blush, I have yet to find anything else that's more pigmented than this from Kaleidos. Most pigmented one out of all of the ones, even though all of them are very pigmented, but this one is like even more because what shade it is. It's like this. I'm trying to think how to not end up looking like a monkey's butt on my cheeks. So I'm dabbing off majority of the blush, and there's still a lot of color, right? I'm gonna look like a clown at the end of this video. That's like the smallest amount you could apply, because this brush is a stippling brush. Can't talk. It's like there's not that much hair already, and it's like a dual fiber, so the top layer of hair is even looser, and it doesn't take much product already. And I'm doing light taps, and I'm trying to wipe it on the back of my hand and still get color for both cheeks. And this camera washes me out. So imagine how much blush is on my face. So let's just show you. Let's do a gentle little swipe. That's eyeshadow level, right? If you have darker skin and you struggle to find a pigmented enough blush for you from Asian Beauty, I think Kaleidos is the way to go. For highlight, this is the one that I found to be the most pigmented, or full coverage you may say. This is from the brand Girls Crush. Already I think you can see it's pretty blinding, right? I think this is more pigmented than a lot of eyeshadows. One tap. One little tap, and this one is like a little bit like cream to powder-ish, the ColourPop Super Shock highlight type of formulation. And for one little light tap, because it's like a creamy formulation, you can still get it to be like pretty subtle and skin-like, but you could just go a little bit harder. And it's not like even that hard, just like like 3 little light swipe. And here is how intense it is. This is really the 2016 vibe with highlight, right? And this is, I think, like way more blended than what we were doing back in the day. And I think for how intense it is, because it's a cream to powder formulation, it's not that much emphasizing the skin texture, even though, I mean, for this intense of a highlight, it's hard or almost impossible to not be emphasizing your texture at all. But I think this is definitely on the better side. What do you think? I really like this one. On the inner corner, that's when you're gonna see how intense this is. See that? And this is not even applying that much. And I like the packaging too. And for lips, actually, I don't think you're gonna struggle to find full coverage lip products from Asian Beauty. It's actually pretty easy to find. But here is some inspiration. I really like this Into You lip liner, and I have the shade LL05. It's like a taupey shade. Pretty pigmented, right? It's like a lip liner. I don't think people are gonna struggle to find a pigmented lip liner even in Asian Beauty. But I would say this is definitely more of a pigmented one. Pretty pigmented and very, very creamy, right? For lip piece, we have one normal lipstick, 3 kind of like the liquid ones that's pigmented and matte, and 1 gloss. These are, again, just inspirations, and there's a lot of other formulations I'm not including, don't have time for that. So starting from this is from RMK, a high-end J-beauty brand. This is their melting something. I'll give the name in the description box. but it's like a pretty pigmented creamy lipstick. See that? And it's very long wearing for how like a creamy lipstick it is. It looks like it's gonna be gone for like maybe an hour. You know, for this type of formulation it is, but it actually survives through like a oily meal. It will come off, but there will also always be color left behind. I feel like this formulation is a little bit magical, and this type of formulation is very popular in Japan these years. You know, the ones that it will have some color fade, but there will also always be a little, not a little, like a certain amount that's left behind, and it's normally very comfortable to wear. If you blot it, there will be a lot coming off, but this amount that's left behind will last you like for a whole day probably. And I actually really like this formulation. It's super comfortable. Moving to the next one. This is from the brand Into You. I have also done a video trying a lot of their lippies. You could refer to that video, but I am showing you the shade EM08. It's like a clay-like type of formulation. For this type of formulation, it's almost always just about how you are applying it. If you want it to be sheer, you can have it sheer, and if you want it to be full coverage, you can have it full coverage. I would say that's pretty pigmented. What do you think? These three are all same kind of formulation, so just find one that's the most accessible for you if you want one, right? Like you don't actually need one. I'm just only saying this whole video is just for your information, not trying to sell your product, even though it might look like it is. It's like if you are not considering buying like a full coverage product from Asian Beauty, please don't. Please don't impulse buy. This one is from Pera Mood Matte Tint, I think, and I have the shade 12. Like I said, all the same kind of formulation, the clay like lip mud like formulation. They are matte, but they are pretty creamy and they will not dry out your lips. I mean, I guess not the most full pigment lip you have ever found, but I think that's pretty pigmented. Third one, similar formulation from Girl Cult. Actually, their products, all of them, especially except for the ones that meant to be sheer, like a lip oil and stuff, majority of their stuff is pretty pigmented in the lip category. And this one, I'll show you the shade in the description box because I don't have a number here. See that? It's just, I cannot emphasize enough, this one has a lot of fragrance. At this point I have used them for a long time, so I kind of used to it, so it's not a big deal for me anymore. But if you don't really like scent in your lip products, this one does have an intense scent and even taste to it. Like I can now taste it in the back of my throat. And for somebody this might make you like a little bit nauseous because a lot of people are sensitive to the scent and taste of makeup. Like see, there's barely any left. A lip gloss. It's again from Girl Cult, and the one I have right now is J806, but their lip glosses overall are pretty pigmented. See that? Like it's almost like a lipstick layering a clear lip gloss on top, right? Like I don't think you can find lip gloss more pigmented that often, but again it has the scent and the taste, just be sure you know that. And I think this one is the transfer proof formulation as well. Well, I guess not. But I think it's supposed to be. Maybe I need to wait a little bit, but I don't know. Okay, but still, for today's topic, it's pretty full coverage. And that's about it. I just hope like I clear the air for a little bit, because every time people talk about Asian beauty, a lot of people say they don't have much coverage and there's no color, stuff like that. And here is some option for you. Hopefully this is helpful. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.